decided how we want to spend the rest of our afternoon. We want to just hang out with this young kid right here.
Yes, absolutely,
Wow.
Camden. The cutest little thing I have seen. Bah, he's got his little sheep, and he's telling us what the sheep says and what the cow says. Hello, Camden.
We're going to say hi to Camden. We're going to get to know him up close and personal with his parents as well.
Okay, so we have Mom, Kristy, Dad, Joe. You guys are from Eagle, and Camden here is 1.5 years old now. When you had Camden, he was just a couple of weeks early, a little jaundice, nothing out of the ordinary, but somehow you ended up here sitting with us to tell your story. So if you would, please let us know how your journey began and how Camden came to be here.
Yeah, so there is a newborn screening done on every baby, and one of the genetic diseases that's tested for now is spinal muscular atrophy.
And what is that?
It's a very big word.
Yeah.
A neurodegenerative, no.
Well, just how does it affect the body?
Yeah.
It breaks down your motor neurons, and basically lose your muscles.
Okay.
It'll start like with your leg muscles, and then eventually it would make you to be able to stop pretty much breathing and eating on your own.
Okay, so when they tell you that they screened for Camden and this showed up, what happens next?
Well,
It was a blur.
It was a very big blur, yes. He received a treatment, a gene therapy treatment. It's a one-time 60-minute infusion. At that point, or when we were notified of his positive test, we had no idea what SMA was, and if there was even any treatment for it. It's a very newer disease that has had, life-saving treatments or, disease or
the ability to lead a somewhat normal life after treatment.
Okay, so if this was maybe 5 or 10 years ago, would that have been the case?
Absolutely not. 10 years ago, Wisconsin started screening for SMA in 2019.
Okay.
So if I would have had either of my boys, in 2019 or before, might have been looking at a completely different scenario.
Camden is 1.5. How's he doing right now?
He's perfect.
Yeah.
He's trying to run away.
Yeah.
He's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He
That's
seems
okay.
perfect. How did you get the name Camden for him, by the way?
There was a couple names that we were talking about. We originally were going to name him Wesley, and at that last minute, we decided to name him Camden. I even got a sweatshirt that had Wesley engraved on, or embroidered on it, and then we were like, no, we'll name him Camden instead.
Sometimes you just look at them when they're born and you're like, nope, he's a Camden.
Can he be Cam for short?
Oh yeah, we call him Cam, Cam Bam. When he was in the womb, we called him Rowdy.
He is a ball of energy.
He is a ball of energy, and that's okay. That's what we like to see. So tell us a little bit about how your experiences with children has changed your life, your family's life, Camden's life.
Yeah, so the care we received at Children's was phenomenal. When we first met Dr. Bass, who is Camden's neurologist here at Children's, I will tell you that I was in a very dark space. I was told, 4 days or 2 days before that my son was not likely to get to 2 years old. And Dr. Bass called me every night. It was 8 o'clock at night the first time she called me, and I'm like, Joe, Children's is calling me, She didn't have to do that, just to make sure I was okay, that, Kristy is going to be okay, Camden's going to be okay, but I just wanted to see how you were, not because she needed anything in regards to Camden. She just wanted to make sure that I was okay, and I wasn't even her patient.
We walked into Children's that day with a dark cloud over our head, and when we walked out, it was the sun was shining.
And you had some hope.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we got in the car, and I actually looked at my husband, and I started laughing, and I couldn't even tell you the last time I laughed like that. I don't.
The 24 hours before we came here was the longest 24 hours of our life, for sure.
My son had jaundice when he was a young baby.
My first did too.
And it was solved, obviously not as much of an ordeal as you guys went through. And you had a lot of care here. You mentioned one doctor in particular. Was there a whole team that you're thankful for as well? Nurses and others behind you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, at the infusion, Camden was dosed at 26 days old, and the infusion center, the nurses there were incredible. The fact that they can place an IV into a 26-day-old baby and not have, it I wouldn't want to go anywhere else, it's amazing.
And what is the prognosis for Camden?
Camden should leave a very normal, healthy life.
We can tell no differences, that's for sure.
Yeah, just looking at them, you'd never be able to tell there was anything wrong with them.
Right.
And what would you tell people that are listening? Like, why should they donate to Children's?
Children's Hospital saved my son's life. You know, if we wouldn't have had this hospital 35 minutes from our house, I'm just not sure where we would be today. You know, if we had to travel 6 hours even, you know,
It's such a great resource to have right
Yeah,
here in our
absolutely.
backyard.
Yeah.
I've been listening all day, and you know, people always say it. You don't think you'll ever need it, but
And you
until
hope
you
you
do,
don't, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But
So
maybe one of your neighbors does, or maybe one of your
Right.
good friends
Right.
does, even if you don't. Who knows?
Right?
Absolutely.
For families like Cameron's, you know, having Children's in the backyard is the blessing they never knew they needed until they needed it. And your donation today ensures that Children's Wisconsin will continue to provide life-saving care for future generations of kids just like Cameron's. Thank you guys for joining us today.
thank
for
you
having
very
us.
much. Thank you for having us.
Sure. Please continue listening to the Miracle Marathon and donate at 414-337-WKLH or text WKLH to 51555. We continue with the Miracle Marathon presented by Mars Family Foundation, benefiting Children's Wisconsin here on Milwaukee's Classic